First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Radash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops for teaching us his truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel, the few men, women, and children that believe in this word. This is your brother Kawat Sabah coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled, The Third Part Will Be Brought Through the Fire. Let's start off with Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it reads, And it shall come to pass that in all the land, when it says in all the land, it's talking about Babylon, America. This is a future prophecy. All right, let's begin again. Zechariah 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. That's speaking of the remnant of the Hebrew Israelites here in Babylon, America. The 1/3 that are going to hearken to this word, come back to the Lord in all truthfulness and sincerity, and be beamed up and saved out of the destruction of Babylon, America. It says 2 parts therein shall be cut off. That's the 2/3 of the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in Babylon, America, that are not going to hearken to the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that are being spoken through the prophets, the elders, the teachers, all right, the bishops, online in various videos, thousands of videos on YouTube, as well as brothers on the street corners. And I'm speaking of primarily Great Millstone, from Elder Apostle Tahar on down, and the brothers affiliated with Great Millstone, who have the 100% truthful doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So 2/3 will be cut off, but a remnant will be saved. Let's get some precepts. Well, let's go to Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1, okay, to get a precept for 2/3 being cut off and dying. How is that going to happen? Via nuclear missiles from Russia and the other nations coming upon Babylon, America. That's how 2/3 shall be cut off and die. All right, but the third shall be left therein, the 1/3. But let's get Malachi chapter 4 and 1 to get that as far as the 2/3 being cut off and dying. Malachi chapter 4, and we have here verse 1. And it reads, For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Babylon, America is going to be desolate and destroyed with nuclear fire and laser fire from the chariots. Nothing will be here. Everything will be burnt up. So if you're not part of the 1/3 elect of the Hebrew Israelites that gets beamed up into the chariot of Yahweh Shai, you're going to be burnt up in the smithereens. It says here that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. The only thing that can burn up Babylon, America, to be as hot as an oven is nuclear missiles. All right, and we believe through faith, laser fire from the chariots of the Lord and the myriad of angels that are going to be with Yahweh Shai. So let's continue. Let's get another precept. Romans chapter 9 and verse 26. So we have here Romans, as soon as I can find it here. Romans chapter 9, let's read verse 26, and it reads, And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God. So that place is talking about Babylon, America. All right, we are awakening to who we are, our culture, our history. All right, that we are the sons and daughters of Yahweh. We are being awakened. All right, let me read this again. Let's read it again. Romans chapter 9 and verse 26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living Lord. So we are awakening to who we are as Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in Babylon, America. and you have select few that are waking up throughout the world. Let's read verse 27. Esaias, who was Isaiah, also crieth concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. That's talking about the 1/3, a remnant. All right. So let's continue. Let's read verse 28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. So once the day of the Lord comes, it's going to be very, very quick. Within an hour, the nuclear missiles are going to come towards Babylon, America. Laser fire from the chariots. The 1/3 elect are going to be beamed up. And the 2/3 are going to be destroyed along with the Edomites, so-called white man, the devil, or adversary, along with the sons of men who are here in Babylon, America. All right? You have, for instance, the so-called Chinese, who are the Moabites. The so-called Arabs, who are the Ishmaelites. The so-called Africans, who are the Hamites. Okay, just to give you a few of the nations that are in the Bible, their proper names, that are going to be destroyed here in Babylon, America, on the day of the Lord. So if you have hope in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, if you believe, if you put off the old man, you have a good opportunity, if you're a Hebrew Israelite, to be saved and beamed up into the chariot in which Yahweh Shai is going to be on. Let's read verse 29. Let's read verse 28 again. Romans 9 and verse 28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. And as Esaias, who was Isaiah, said before, except the Lord of Sabaoth had left us a seed, we had been as Sodom and made like unto Gomorrah. So Isaiah is saying, except the Lord has saved the remnant, all right, here in Babylon, America, it would have been like Sodom and Gomorrah, where everybody was destroyed in Sodom and Gomorrah except for Lot, okay, and his daughters who made it out. His wife looked back, and she was turned to a pillar of salt. So let's continue. Let's go to Revelation. Let's go back to Zechariah 13 and verse 9. All right. Zechariah 13. Matter of fact, let's read Zechariah 13 and verse 8 again. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, Babylon, America, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, the 2/3 of the Hebrew Israelites here in Babylon, America, but the 1/3 shall be left therein, the 1/3 here in Babylon, America, of the Hebrew Israelites who have hearkened to his word. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God. That's the 1/3. And when it says here, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, meaning as the nuclear missiles from Russia and the other nations are coming towards Babylon, America, the 1/3 will be delivered at the same time, beamed up into the spaceship in which Yahweh Shai is going to be on. At the same time, you're going to have destruction of Babylon, America, and deliverance of the 1/3 elect of the Hebrew Israelites at the same time being beamed up into the chariot. That's an amazing thing to even think about, to tell you the truth. Okay, let's continue. Let's go to Malachi chapter 4 real quick. All right. Salakia for that. Let's go to Malachi chapter 4 and verse 2. If it lets me get it. Not going to let me get it. Let's see here. If I can't get it here. Salakia for that. Let's go to Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. Because we read about the day of the Lord burning as an oven. All right. Let's read Malachi 4 and verse 1 again. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. In the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So 2/3 of our people will be destroyed in the land. But this is the opposite of that, for the 1/3. But unto you that fear my name, the 1/3 elect of the Hebrew Israelites, shall the Son of Righteousness, Yahushai, arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Meaning you're going to be beamed up if you're part of the 1/3 elect that have endured into the end. You're going to be beamed up into the chariot. So let's go to Revelation. Let's go. You know what? Let's get some precepts. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 26. Okay. Isaiah chapter 26. As soon as I can find it here. I'm looking right. Okay. Isaiah chapter 26, and let's read verse 20. And it reads, Isaiah 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Meaning, okay, he's saying, come, my people, the 1/3 is going to be beamed up into the chariot in which Yahushua is going to be on. So he's saying, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, enter thou into the chariot, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. Indignation means the righteous anger of Yahweh be overpassed via nuclear missiles from the other nations coming towards Babylon, America, and laser fire from the chariots of the Lord, putting Babylon, America into a lake of fire. All right? Like he says here, hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, because it's not going to take much time to make Babylon, America into a lake of fire. Let's read verse 21. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. All right? So those who have died in the faith, who are Hebrew Israelites, they're part of the 1/3 elect as well that are going to get beamed up from the grave. Let's get a precept on that. All right? Let's see what I got here. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians. All right? And let's read verse 4. Okay, 1 Thessalonians. As soon as I can find it. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13, and it reads, But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will Yahweh bring with him. So those who have died in the faith will be beamed up into the chariot. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord Yahushua shall not prevent them which are asleep. So those who are here on the day of the Lord, okay, who are part of the 1/3 elect, they will not prevent those who died in the faith, okay, who believed in Yahushua from being beamed up. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, that's Yahushua, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. So as a matter of fact, those who died in the faith will be risen first. Okay? Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. All right? So those who died in the faith will be risen first on the day of the Lord, and those who are here on the day of the Lord will also be risen and be beamed up, and will meet each other in the sky and be beamed up into the chariot in which Yahushua is going to be on. That's a wonderful thing to believe in, you know? A wonderful thing to believe in. So let's continue. Let's read, let's go to Revelation 18 for a few more precepts. Revelation chapter 18, and let's read verse 4, and it reads, And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. This is another scripture of us being beamed up. Lord willing, I'm part of the elect, being beamed up into the chariot of the Lord. Let's read verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. So the righteous indignation of the Lord, the righteous anger, will come down upon Babylon, America, via nuclear missiles and laser fire from the chariots. Let's read verse 8. Revelation 18, verse 8. And it reads, Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, who judgeth her. The day of the Lord. Babylon, America is going to be smoking in a lake of fire. Let's read Revelation chapter 11 and verse 11 for another precept. Revelation 11 and verse 11, and it reads, And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So this 3 days and a half represents from 1619 AD until 1969 AD, when Abba Bivens was given the Holy Spirit of Rakak to understand the Old Testament as well as the New Testament. And then he taught several men himself. He taught Elder High Priest Yaquab, King Mashar, as well as Elder High Priest Arya. He taught these 3 men. They taught 7 men, okay? Through those 7 men, Elder Apostle came out of those 7 men, all right? And of course, Great Millstone was founded via Elder Apostle Tahar. And he taught men, and those men taught men, all right? So after 3.5 days from 1619 AD to 1969 AD, that represents 350 years, all right? All right, from that time period, 1619 until 1969 AD, we didn't know who we were. But in 1969, via Abba Bivens, the truth of who we are, Hebrew Israelites, has gone out through all the world. So now, through the internet, okay, in the present time, okay, people have a fear of us because now they know that those Hebrew Israelites, the remnant is being raised. So now all the other nations, the Edomites, the Moabites, the Hamites, okay, the Ishmaelites, they are recognizing now that we know we are the children of the Lord Yahweh. So great fear is falling upon them. So this word is getting out. They're getting fearful. So they're going to take the men off the streets, okay, via Amos chapter 8 and verse 11, the famine of the word. They're going to take the internet down. They're going to keep us from preaching. You know, they're going to stop us from preaching soon and very soon. So great fear has fell upon them because now we are waking up as a people, as a culture, as a heritage. All right. Let me read this again. Revelation 11 and verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. We know who we are now. And great fear fell upon them which saw them, the other nations, particularly the Edomites, the elites of the Edomites, okay, the so-called white man, the devil, or adversary. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying, Come unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. That's the 1/3 elect here in Babylon, America, being beamed up into the spaceship, the chariot of Yahushua. Another precept. Let's get one more precept. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. And it reads, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. So the righteous people that are being raised up are the 1/3 elect here in Babylon, America. All right? We're being raised up. Okay? The remnant has come back into knowledge of themselves. So the righteous man is standing in great boldness. Men on the street corners. You have brothers doing thousands of videos on the internet. Okay? When it says here, let's read this again. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. So they've made no account of our labors, the Hebrew Israelites. They've made no account of our labors. We built this country, okay, from the floor down. So they've made no account of our labors. We haven't been paid, okay? We haven't been paid for what we've done for this country, the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, here in Babylon, America. So no account has been made of our labors. Let's continue. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, okay, when we stand in great boldness, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. So they're going to be amazed at the 1/3 elect here in Babylon, America, being beamed up into the chariot of the Lord. The strangeness of our salvation. All right, let's continue. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had in sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. So these are the people that we put in slavery, that we had on the bottom, okay? Let's continue. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor, okay? So they accounted us as the bottom of the barrel, all right? Nothing good would happen for us. So they're saying, let's read verse 5. How was he numbered, okay? The children of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites, how was he numbered among the children of Yahweh? And his lot is among the saints. So they're going to be in amazement when the 1/3 elect get beamed up into the chariot and get saved out of the destruction of Babylon, America. So on that note, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. I hope this lesson was edifying to you. Shalom.